Well, that all depends on what exactly you mean by the term involved. If you are an owner, then certainly you would have access. Even if you're a minority owner, you should have access to the financial records prior to any litigation taking place. Now, there are some exceptions to that, but those are kind of few and far between, and that's why you need to speak to an attorney about that. But basically, you should have access to those funds and basically have an accounting so that you can see that the persons that are authorized to make expenditures are making expenditures consistent with the plan and the purpose of the business. And if they're not authorized to make those expenditures, then you have a real problem, and you have to stop that immediately and find out how those people got access to the funds and sort of cut off the bleeding if that happens. If you are a shareholder, or if you're a member, but your interests are very, very limited, you may or may not have access to that without litigation. So you may be forced at some point. Depends on how the business organization is drawn up, the nature of the business, and the nature of the mismanagement. Because mismanagement of funds is pretty broad. I mean, that can include embezzlement all the way to down to making expenditures without the approval of everybody, even though everybody probably that would have to be involved in the approval would have agreed to that. So it could be minor, it could be very major. It all just depends. But certainly, if you don't have the right through the organizational documents, then you could always go to court, and if you have enough evidence, at least from the beginning, to form a decent complaint and to have that lawsuit be filed on the other side, then you would be able to avail yourself of what's called discovery, and you would be able to get all those financial documents, or should be able to, unless they're protected from some reason, legally protected. Then you should be able to figure out what the nature of the mismanagement is, and then the attorney could kind of guide you on what the remedies would be if the judge or jury found that there was, in fact, mismanagement of funds.